Hey.
Which I think is our default opening for every episode.
That's, okay, that works.
Okay, so it's me and Colin playing Final Fantasy 13.
Hello.
We're not exactly looking forward to this.
Well, I am, actually. I really, really am.
You can play normal, yes. Okay.
I love shitting on games, but in this, I think I'm going to try to hold off and just hold back for just a little bit.
Just let it happen?
Just let it happen. I have a manifesto as to why this is not a good Final Fantasy.
Plot. Okay, well, while this is going, because I'm probably not going to listen that hard, I think we should say what our experience with Final Fantasy is, like individually.
Okay. I'll start, I guess. My Final Fantasy experience has spanned from Final Fantasy VII to Final Fantasy X. Those two games, obviously, just masterpieces. I love the hell out of Final Fantasy. Don't get me wrong. I really, really do. I even liked the PSP game that they had, Final Fantasy Dissidia, which was like a 3D fighting game. That was fun as hell. It was critically reviled. They just didn't like it.
Yeah.
So, but having played good Final Fantasy games, I can say that this is not one of them.
Okay, I have played Final Fantasy 7, 10, 12, a little bit of 10-2, a little bit of 8 and 6, and a little bit of 3 and 4.
Oh, so I see here. I thought I had the Final Fantasy experience. I guess I'm kind of dwarfed.
Me and Dustin used to play like he had 10-2, and we would play some of the other ones just for funsies.
Yeah.
I haven't finished a lot of them.
Oh, the Chocofro! Oh, I forgot about the Chocofro.
I did too.
I'm so happy. Oh gosh. See, like, this had the makings of what could be really, really entertaining.
To be fair, this looks amazing.
I initially wasn't a fan of the parallels that this drew with Final Fantasy VII.
You mean like with them starting on a train and
starting on a train?
The black guy.
There's the surly super soldier, type character lead, and then the token black guy.
With some actually, they both have a silly gimmick. He has the chocobo in his hair. Barrett had the gun in his arm.
Yeah, the gun was that wasn't a gimmick that was designed to be silly though. The Chocofro is just straight up hilarious.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, to continue the parallels, I mean, this dude here, I can't remember his name for the life of me, but he fights with guns too. So.
Don't most of them play with guns?
No, Lightning, protagonist lady, not the Lightning that was on the screen. Just then. Lightning fights with a gun blade. So
okay.
It's kind of like they took this game and they wanted to combine all of the best Final Fantasies into one clusterfuck of a game.
Yeah,
so
the gunblade was Squall's thing.
Yeah, I think mostly. I'm not entirely sure. But if you were to say Final Fantasy Gunblade, you'd think Squall.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So they combined this grand scale battle sequences of Final Fantasy XII with the kind of character chemistry of Final Fantasy VII. The weapons of Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh, I think I'm playing now.
And then the storytelling methods of Final Fantasy X. They tried to make it very linear, there's the out of combat wandering around mode and then the in combat. The combat.
Should I be looking forward to it?
It's pretty enough.
Hey, let's be rational now.
I'll just let you figure it out.
Okay.
I honestly.
Excuse me.
What do we do?
Watch and learn.
Okay. Well, I'm just watching and I'm learning. Dodge. Got it.
Dodge! Okay. Saz.
Actually,
that
time
was his
metal
name.
tutorial. Sad.
Oh!
No, fuck that.
I was about to say.
Probably just that, right? Like punch it.
Yeah, you have very little say. You can choose when to attack. There are those two bars are your action bars, and that's what you have. That's basically your energy.
Oh, okay. So then, because I had 2 bars, I attack twice. Got it. That makes sense.
So an attack takes 1 bar, blitz takes 2. So that's what happens there. Now, they really didn't care if you played this game or not, as evidenced by the auto battle button.
Yeah.
There's just a button where they will automatically fight for you,
Not so tough now, huh?
and that is what angered me.
Hey, that wasn't like a challenge now, all right? Hey.
I like that so far.
Yeah, but what is like?
I don't really know what's going on, but
Yeah, exactly.
like at face value, I get it.
At
It's
a-
robot being angry, but I don't really know why when trained. I didn't know who these people's names were until I saw them at the battle screen.
Yeah.
Okay, no, the
Yeah,
Chocobo
yeah.
thing's gonna win me over.
The Chocobo thing was, I wanted so desperately to like this game. I really did. Because it was like the first next-gen Final Fantasy when it came out, you know? And the Chocofro was fucking awesome. I can't handle how much I love Chocofro. But the shortcoming of this game is ultimately that the combat is unbearable. As you can see, Lightning and Saz they'll wander around all by themselves. You don't control Saz at all. You control just Lightning. Okay?
Yeah.
At least in this scenario here.
Oh, I can move the camera. Hey.
Yeah, you can't control where your character goes. They will automatically just wander around the battlefield.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. Well, they did like just wander into.
And you can dodge. They can dodge attacks, but because you don't have any control over that, that's what's really kind of awful.
Yeah.
I think if you die, no, okay,
They win, dude.
5 stars.
Hey.
Do you feel like that was a 5-star performance?
Yeah. I mean, I did it. I always am deserving of 5 stars. I got 6 potions.
Yep.
Hey. Are they high potions? Mana potions? Come on.
Just potions, dude.
Potions, okay.
They'll tell you if they're high potions.
You know, when I think about it more and more, that's a really weirdly designed robot. Like, for practical purposes.
For practical purposes, having a chocobo in your hair is not... nothing about that.
Okay, you bring up a good point.
I mean, gunblades, not practical. I mean, there's nothing about this that is,
Aren't you supposed to protect civilians? Soldiers?
There we go, again.
Hey.
Just the straight up.
Sanctum, aren't you?
That was like, yeah, that was directly from Final
What are you
Fantasy
doing
VII.
trying to stop the purge? Why don't you tell me that?
I was a soldier.
There we go. Another one. She's broody. She was a soldier, and implying that now she's not for some reason.
Yeah. Does the Chocobo have
Chocobo? You just can't catch
his name's just Chocobo?
Yeah,
No, that's stupid. No,
he doesn't have a name for it.
we're naming him. Steve.
Steve? No, not Steve. It can't be Steve.
Get too over this.
I know.
You know,
Fluffy Bottom?
arms. Oh, Fluffy Bottom. Fluffy Bottom
Yeah.
works.
Fluffy Bottom.
You can't. I mean, it could also just be like, what other? If only we had some kind of like knowledge in naming things. You know, like gosh, some quirky little sidekick that flies around and is capable of being like adorable and
not sure what you're
charming.
going for here.
I was going for Tails. I don't
Oh,
know what
okay.
I'm trying to do.
Okay.
It's Tails.
Sure we can get through here?
I think we call him Wings. Axis. Okay, we're using an Xbox controller for this, so things won't always make sense, like the button prompts.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. There.
Oh, so is this a save point? Got it.
Yeah, save point, shop.
Okay.
Oh, save point, shop, and a cancel.
Oh, good.
We are now at the Unicorn Mart.
What do you have for me? Potions and Phoenix Downs. Okay. There's my money.
inflation hit the Final Fantasy market really, really hard because like Phoenix Downs used to be like 100, 500.
And,
Cost has doubled. It's quite disastrous, really.
yeah. And me, yeah, okay. I get it.
Nah, dude. Nah, dude, you don't get it! You don't get it! You missed it!
Wait, what did I hit the thing?
Yeah, you hit the thing. Now you are fighting.
What did
You're fighting the Paul Rudd At-Man.
Do they do the thing where like you can hit them before they get to you and then get like a bonus, like a
No,
initiative
not
attack or
hit them,
something?
but you can sneak up on them and get a preemptive strike.
Oh, okay. Hey, 5 stars. I hit auto battle twice.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was kind of cool. This borders on being really, really kind of cool.
Hang on,
You
dude,
know?
her run, like she's like jumping with each step.
She's got that gunblade kind of smacking the back of her thighs.
Oh shit.
For the record, he didn't do any of that. He that
Yeah,
was
no, I
all-
just pushed forward. That's all I did.
I mean, this game would be so much cooler with a jump feature. I would be okay with that.
Hey, oh look, I think I'm gonna do it again. Also, I find it odd that this game only had a normal and an easy mode. Like, this
'Cause-
feels like easy mode, honestly.
Yeah, it's. I tried
Camera, please.
so hard. This game
Snake.
almost has a lot going for it.
Sneak. Nope.
Well,
Not even a little bit.
I mean, you had cover you could have taken advantage of, but
Cover. What?
see that? See that AoE damage? Man, you just kind of ate them up. See, it's almost good. It really is. Because, like, you were targeting that other guy, the attack started, but he died. So you just instantly walked to the guy straight to your right and attacked him.
Yeah.
Like, it's very mechanically sound, and it looks like this.
You know, it's really smooth, just in general, like all the mechanics, but it's just kind of also uninteresting.
Yeah, it's not fun to play. So this was more a storytelling experiment for Square Enix, I think, and unfortunately, the characters are ass. Really,
Yeah, I don't really feel like I don't know what this is.
that's a treasure chest.
Oh,
That's a treasure chest, my friend.
hey, I
You got a potion.
I waved my hand at it.
If you're closer, you like touch it.
Okay. Like, so far, I don't feel like I'm playing a game. I feel like I'm watching a really complicated cutscene.
Taking on trained soldiers?
Better to die than get sent to Pulse. It's hell on the brimstone.
I'm glad I understand what the pulse is and everything they're talking about.
This place ain't exactly
It's good storytelling.
I will let you.
Nothing to worry about.
I'll let you figure this out. I can.
soldier girl. I'm trying to say, hey.
You guys can figure this out. Audience, you're smart.
You have Google available.
Yeah, to be watching this, you will have to have Google available. So you'll figure it out if you are so interested. And I apologize if you truly are a fan of this game. I really do.
If you are a
'Cause I
fan
know-
of this game, you probably don't want to be watching this, to be honest.
Yeah,
What was that?
it's staggered, so it takes like extra damage. That bar underneath their health, if that fills up,
The yellow one?
yes, that staggers them and it enables critical strikes, I believe.
Punch him. Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, so while they're staggered, there are some things that I will have to explain since you're not going through the
Tutorial?
yeah.
Yeah. Probably for the best.
It's I mean, if you were going through the tutorial, that would be this entire video. You would there's a lot of tutorial.
Okay. I'm glad I skipped it then, because I hate long tutorials.
Yeah, that I think that may have been what soured me first because I think like most people, if the tutorial is 3 hours long, it makes playing the game very difficult.
Yes. Okay.
Going back to something you said earlier about how it feels like you're not playing a game but watching it. Do you remember that conversation we had about the Order 1886.
Yeah, I remember that.
I saw a really interesting article actually about that. Kind of like it just kind of reaffirmed what you'd said to me the other day, which was that you know what we would classify as a good game has kind of just changed over the years. This author was writing how he wrote how the Order 66 is not a bad game by all accounts. It's just not a good game.
Okay.
And in his words, it was like the Order 1886. I cannot say that name right for the life of me. It always takes me like at least 2 tries. But he said how it basically it would have gotten maybe an 80 on something like Metacritic 2 years ago, a 90 4 years ago, and then a 95 6 years ago. But what we want from game developers and games in general has changed pretty hard over the years.
Yeah, like
And it was interesting because again, you know, Uncharted came out like the last Uncharted game was several years ago, and it got like Game of the Year awards and stuff like that. I think it would be far more hard pressed now. Uncharted 3 would be far more hard pressed now to get as good a rating as it did.
yeah. I never actually played the Uncharted games, but Colin played. Did you get all the way through 3?
No, never. I'm trying to work through that now. I have a library of PlayStation 3 games I'm trying to catch up on. Because I bought my PlayStation 3 when the PlayStation 4 started coming out.
Yeah.
Preemptive strike.
If you like announce it,
So much for the element of
I agree. If you yell at them, "I'm striking now," and then run across the battlefield. No, I know how to use an item. I don't need to use an item.
You can see, I mean, you know, I mean, it's maybe a very, very good thing that Final Fantasy VII didn't have voice acting back in the day.
Probably.
I worry.
There was some of the dialogue in that game that I didn't particularly care for, but I was able to skip over.
It was amusing enough to see little polygons waving their little adorable polygon arms. Whenever Barrett got angry in Final Fantasy VII, that was the funniest thing.
Oh, that was very cinematic of them. I'm still not sure.
Final Fantasy X right here with the collapsing bridge and people plummeting to their deaths and dying and lots of... Yeah, you know what? This looks like Xanarkin.
Yeah, it does.
yes, we do.
The like because
Jeez.
you played like on that like
Yep.
metallic road.
Yep.
I still don't know what's going on. Like I don't know why we're being attacked and why they're okay with just destroying the bridge.
No, don't leave me.
Let go.
The hell no, you're the only way out of here.
I'm assuming her name is Lightning because her power seems to be lightning, which lets her fly sometimes. Maybe.
Hey, that might get us across. Right there.
Geez, she took him the fuck down though. Jeez, that was...
I can't tell what that is.
See, I don't know
Looks that
I don't
way.
know why. I have a hard time understanding why people like Lightning. Like she's definitely a tough chick, but she's just an asshole. She's just mean, surly.
So far, I'm not feeling particularly sympathetic towards her.
Oh, but wait till you get to her tragic backstory.
Isn't something done with her sister?
Sort of, yeah.
I know a little bit about this game. Like, it's been around long enough that you like just experience it on the internet, but I never actually played it myself.
Yeah. Have you been watching Saz at all while you're fighting?
Not really. I've been.
Just try to look at him if you can, like the way he shoots his guns. He's rather entertaining.
Oh hey, I'm dying.
I appreciate it.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but like the foot. You know what actually reminds me of? Did you played Final Fantasy? Not Fire Emblem Awakening, right?
A little bit. I'm
Okay.
still working through it.
There's this one. I think it's the sniper class that I think it's their crit shots. They jump and fire their bow,
Yep, I have seen that.
and it's super amusing, and I love it so much.
We'll see if they jump while they fire their bow. That means the bow is coming at a downward angle.
Yeah,
So it's not only
physics.
It's not only the velocity of the string that launched the bow,
But like the weight,
but
of
the
the
weight
arrow.
of the arrow and the gravity. Exactly, science.
Do you have any?
There's my entire year of engineering come to bear right there. And I think that the weight is negligible. It wouldn't do
No,
anything.
not even a little.
But it makes them feel smart.